Wieso das nicht ordentlich Frühstück? Ja, and for the producer one, I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. C'est dans des robes. Voilà, we can do it on
No, I am a rambling hero, by love I am ensnared. Sure it's down by the town of Middle Street, there dwells a comely maid. She's fairer than Diana bright, she is free from earthly pride. And this lovely maid, her dwelling place, lies down by the Tanyard side. Her golden hair in a ringlet rare hangs down her snow-white neck. The killing glance of her eyes would save a ship from wreck. Her cheeks like two red roses, and her teeth of an ivory white. She'd make a man become her slave down by the Tanyard side. I stood in meditation, I viewed her o'er and o'er. Now I thought she was an angel descended down so low. She says, kind sir, I'm a country girl, she modestly replied, and I daily labored for my bread down by the Tanyard side. For 12 long months we courted, till at length we did agree, and to acquaint her parents, and it's married we then would be, until our cruel father, sure to me he proved unkind, which makes me sail across the main and leave my true love behind. Farewell, my its parents, and to you I bid adieu. I am crossing o'er the ocean wide, all for the sake of you. But if ever I chance to return again, sure I'll make that girl my bride, and I'll roll her in my arms down by the Tanyard side.
And it's Arno. It's Arno. It's Arno.
We have to get introduction this way.
You can do all the stuff. You had it all, right?
Don't get my shoes.
Good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I've often dreamt as a child of living in a castle, and it never happened, but tonight I am visiting a castle, and around me here are all the royal folk who frequent this castle once every fortnight, and with me I have here, I suppose, the man we could describe as the Pharisee, Diarmuid Roach. So Diarmuid, I'm just going to ask you, could you tell us what happens here on a Saturday night?
I think we could describe it as a social centre for the area, where we have dancing and singing and card playing, and the chat around the fire, and the cup of tea from the ladies and so on. And I think it's a very pleasant occasion for the people of the locality, where they can come together and have a chat and renew old acquaintances and so on.
Very good. Thanks, David. Maybe we'll just move now for a moment to another man here beside me, John Kelleher. John, I think you could tell us something about the history of the castle. Why is it called the castle?
I've been dancing there for the last 60 and 70 years, and in great theatre and entertaining. Every kind of person that would come there. There was a girl here by the name of the Queen, they called her. They were coming from all quarters to see her, from nearly all over the world. And they would come out here from Cork City. There was people up here from the Munster Hotel down Cork City, and they would come up here, and we tried to entertain them the best way we could.
She was an attraction.
Oh, very attraction of you, of course.
Very good looking.
Oh, don't mind good looking, friend. That's the way she was called, the Queen.
Ah, yes, yes.
So that's the way. So you could go back in history.
And did any lucky men succeed in capturing this Queen?
Yes, they were all after the Queen, but there was no use. She
eluded them.
She was keeping away from the whole thing. She was too good, and she was too grand, and she didn't think anyone good enough after. There was another woman came here after by the name of Miss Neville. She was just as good, and there was songs made for by a man that was down on your midstreet. The name of Jack McHorn. I could sing for the rest of your life.
Good, we'd love to hear it, John, yes, good. Sing a couple of verses.
How can I think of it now? One pleasant evening, for a recreation, I chanced to stray off to a ball, for to meet some friends and kind relations in that noble mansion in famed Glantan. When I entered that mansion, they were all dancing, as fine a lot of heroes as e'er you could see, and handsome maidens that was most engaging, with beauty rare and hospitality. And their music, it was most amusing, it would recreate your heart with glee. And their dancing, it was most handsome, in that noble mansion in a Glantan East. Now that ball was given by a gentle lady of noble blood and of high degree, a sparkling Venus as bright as Phoebus, and a hearty welcome she had for me. Her blue eyes beaming, her beauty teeming, her footstep light as the bounding fawn. She appeared like Venus, or a star of air in that noble theatre of famed Glantan. So there is not a valley throughout the nation, or a glen more famous for fun and sport, nor men more braver, with hearts to savour that lovely place where they do resort. Whilst they were stating, I was contemplating the tariff raising more and more, to elect you our leaders, Carpon and Leahy, and get them seated in the Dáil. For there's no men braver all over Erin than those rattling heroes from famed Lunthorn.
Thanks, John. Very nice indeed. So maybe if we could move back again for a moment to Dermot there. Dermot, John has just mentioned these beautiful ladies and great recreation happening here. Nothing has changed very much.
No, nothing has changed at all, I would say. We still have the beautiful maidens and we still have the handy men around and, you know, we're still okay.
Dermot, why did you get this going here?
Well, it would be difficult, I think, to sum it up in one sentence why we got it going here. I think that our tradition, in our tradition we had a great neighbourliness and camaraderie in rural Ireland, where people helped each other and they came together and they had the old script and so on. With the coming of the television and the money in the pocket and the car outside the door, that society broke up. And I think it's an effort to get back to that, where we have neighbourliness and friendship and people help each other and they get together and they have these chats about olden times. And I think I would say that it has improved the quality of life in the area, and I think if for nothing else, I think that's a good thing.
Good here. We've just had the pleasure of watching some beautiful set dancing. How do these young people pick up this great art now? Do you actually teach them?
We do a certain amount of teaching, but they are catered for very well in Clondrohid. They have set dancing classes there. And also in the community school in Mill Street, they do set dancing classes there also. So a lot of the work is done for us.
Yeah. How important would you say this is maybe for the young people?
I think it's tremendously important for the young people because they are savouring a life that they would never have seen were it not for the castle being there. The young people raised up never saw the like of this. The old people came through it and they lived through it, but the young people never saw it. And I think it's tremendous that the young people can see it and savour it and enjoy it for themselves. A tradition in the past that we have, I think, fairly well revived again.
Damien, one cannot but notice that there is seems to be no generation gap here.
No, from the word go, we had everybody in. Our big problem was that, as you can see, we had confined in space. And we had to limit our area, and we were very sorry that we had to do that because many people from outside our area would, I'm sure, enjoy this also, but we don't have the space for that. But we brought in young and old, and I think at times here, and even tonight, I'd say ranging from 5 years to, I think we'll put it politely, over 70.
Yes, he is very polite. Maybe, John, we could finish off with you. John, you come here every 2 weeks, every Saturday night, every second Saturday night. You enjoy it?
No, I do very much.
Yeah. Why do you come?
I like to meet all the neighbours and all the friends, sing a few songs to them and tell them a few jokes and so on and so forth, for them laughing anyway.
And a game of cards.
Yes,
A game of
well, I
cards.
don't mind about that so much.
Yeah. John and Damien, thank you very much. To ensure the smooth running of the castle, I'm informed that there's actually a committee involved in keeping it going. So I have with me now Tim and Patio. So Tim, if we just start with you, and when did you actually get going here?
Well, Father, I'd say we started roughly about 4 years ago, and we didn't actually know what we would let ourselves in for, but judging by the crowds we have here tonight, you can see that we went from success to success.
Normally, would you have about how many people?
Well, I'd say you could say roughly from an average of 60.
And that's young, old, and
That's a mixture of young and old. And
Patio, maybe we just turn to you for a minute. Are there any particular, or maybe just ask a different question, why did you actually end up inside in this castle?
I was very happy to use the social in your front. We searched around a lot, I was very happy to use social, and we ended up here in your life, you know, so it's a very social place indeed, you know, so we're pleased to have it, right?
And this was actually a disused farmhouse.
That's right, you know, it was very dry, we did a fair bit of repair to it, all right, like, so it has turned out very well indeed for us, you know. So.
Yeah. what kind, maybe some tent, you know, what kind of problems did you come up with in trying to make this place suitable for the kind of events that happen here on a Saturday night?
Well, first of all, Father, when we took over this place, we had many problems. The first problem would be the chimney, which was not drafting very well. The floors were not suitable for dancing. They were broken and cracked and damp. And we started first of all, and we put in a new chimney from start to finish. We threw out the floors and put in new floors. We painted the place and did many more little jobs, and it turned out very well.
This is all done voluntary?
All voluntary work indeed, yes.
Yeah. And when it came to actually trying to get insurance for this kind of a gathering, did you have any particular problems?
Yes, we had. We got into many problems, but problems we got over. But when we approached the insurance companies, they, we seemed to be having new adventure, something they quite didn't expect or didn't have before. But those problems we got over in time.
Fine. Maybe we now will just turn to some of the younger people or representatives of the younger people who come here and seem to enjoy themselves. So maybe just turn to Sheila for a moment. Sheila, you're one of the teenagers who come here. Why do you come here on a Saturday night?
I come here for the dancing and the cutting dinner, the favourites.
You enjoy it?
I do, and it's an opportunity to meet all the friends and neighbours around.
And when you came here first, were you actually able to set dance and so on?
Not particularly well, but I love it when I was doing dance.
Yeah, very good. Tim, maybe you could, do you enjoy coming here? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And the game of cards? Make us about?
I remember it,
So look, I just asked, I just wanted to know it was back, you know?
No, I tell you the story, no, let you...
No, but we never saw the camera, like, I just, when we go on, so when the camera comes on now, I just asked you, are there any local sports in this area?
Oh, yeah.
Has this area produced any local poets?
Yeah.
You could say yes and tell me who the man was, you know?
Yes.
And then say a couple of words about it, and then I'd ask you, any song by him that you could sing? I have this... I have beside me here now John O'Connell, who knows quite a lot about the traditions and the folklore of this area. John, can you tell me, were there any great local poets in this area that you know of?
There was a man called George Curtin.
George Curtin.
His proper name was Michael Tudor.
And
Native, Ministry. And he composed a lot of songs.
did he live all his life around Mill Street?
Around the back around Mr. Brown. And the only very small thing that had cropped up when he composed a terrible song about it.
And is it long since he lived here?
He died in 1928.
Can you think of any one of his songs that you would...
Well, I have a few of them, all right, but
You might sing one for us.
you have to think of them.
You'll think of a verse or two anyway, I think, will you?
Here we go.
So we'll give you the microphone, sir.
Right. I am told that he falling in just yesterday, in that ancient and Christminster save up some hay. He being close to the river, he went for a drink, but what should he see there? Know what you think? And you're off on the darrell, you're off on the dee. A big water dog, he lying close to the bank.
He went for a pipe for to drive in his flank. When the dog heard him speak, so he took to his heel. If you saw him, you'd think 'twas the dizzle and wheel. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. Sure, then stopped and he took off his coat. He called for a hatchet to build up a boat. He loaded his rifle with a bundle of hit, and he swore by the fork that he'd give him his death. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. He jumped in his boat and he started to row. The people that saw him, they said 'twas a show. As he wasn't strong, for the boat wasn't strong, he was 3 weeks away, but sure that wasn't long. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. As he drew near the island, there sprang up a gale. He had to haul down both his jib and mainsail. The current being high and the tide very strong, he climbed up a low while saying, I live while I can, really rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. He clung to the mainmast and held it up straight. The power of invention, it cannot be beat. The storm soon came, and then he came down, and he hitched up his rigging to bring him to town. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. As he passed by the bridge, he had appeared like a midge. The people that saw him, they said it wasn't him, for his pate it was bare, and his mouth it was big. He had not got hair, no, not even a rib. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. He then steered his vessel with judgment and skill, directing his course by a moon on the hill. He laboured on bravely for saving his life, for himself and that woman, named John, that his wife. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. At Carriganima he hit a big rock. The clout that he gave it gave him a shock. The boards had been rotten and gone to decay. The kick it got back to the bottom away. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. When he found he was shipwrecked, he started to bawl. You'd hear him 10 miles if you'd hear him at all. He swore if he'd catch him, he'd bring him to grief. The gloomy old scoundrel, the rascal and thief. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. There did the big vessel come into Kinsale. The captain, he heard this wonderful tale. He came to see Jordy that very same night. When he saw him, he surely laughed with delight. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. He offered him silver, he offered him gold. He offered him numberless things, I am told. He offered him land and a mansion quite free, if he'd only consent to go with him to sea. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. Johnny is a man who is easy and quiet. He looked at the captain and bid him good night, saying, the last time I sailed in that boat of my own, I went here going to hell at the heaven from John. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee. Now the captain, his temper he tried to control. He didn't say much, but he said, "'Pon my soul, I came here for you all the way from Kinsale, and allow me to tell you, I'm not going to sail. Rally rafal the darrell, rafal the dee." John then got cross and she started to scold. As you know, she is wicked and terrible bold. She finished in Irish, a crotter mushkiel, tell you the water.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Now I've got two very lovely young people here beside me, Brendan and Sinead. Is Santi going to come?
Yeah.
When's he going to come, Sinead?
Christmas night.
You coming Christmas night? Did you write to him?
Yeah.
Did you write Brendan?
Yeah.
And what did you say in the letter?
He sent me a letter back first.
Did he send you a letter too?
Yeah.
And what did he say to you? Did he say he'd come at Christmas?
Yeah.
And what's he going to bring you?
I don't know.
You don't know yet. A surprise, is it?
Yeah.
That's the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's he going to bring Sinead?
A bike.
A bicycle, is it?
Yeah.
Did you write him for it?
Yeah.
That's great. And how is he going to come? How will Santi travel it now?
Reindeers.
Reindeers? Oh, I see. And when he comes, how will he come into your house?
Down the chimney.
He come down the chimney. Oh, I see. So you have to...
Outside, he'd put the toys outside the door.
Oh, he leave the ties outside the door. He won't come in at all.
No.
I thought he'd come down the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
Does he come down your chimney?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And will you meet him?
I don't know.
You mightn't meet him at all, will you? Will you give him the tea?
I don't know if I see him.
You'll see him, you will you?
Till he comes to 5 years.
Will you wait up to see him?
Yeah.
Will you, Sinead?
Yeah.
You will. Okay. Try singing something. What song do you know? Huh? What song do you know, Brendan? Huh? Any little song for us? Huh? What song do you know? Huh? Sinead, do you know some little song? Do you know some little song, Brendan?
Yeah, I do, but I'm thinking.
You're thinking, goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. Start it anyway. What's the first few words?
Jesus.
Goodbye. After you go, you've the first word anyway. Very good.
I do not have the doors.
You know what's my habit here?
Yeah.
After you go, sir.
I only noticed after it.
That's a great boy. Will give us the start of it, sir, will you? You'll give us the start of it, of course. Right. 1, 2, 3.
Jesus is victor to thee.
Sing a song.
Sing a song of joy. He loves us. He shows us the way.
Sing a song.
Sing a song of joy.
Goodbye. Very good. Now, do you want to wish Santi a happy Christmas?
Yeah.
What do you say to him? Together?
Happy Christmas.
Out loud to Santa?
Happy Christmas.
Very good.
Thank you.